full background. The music. You can't hear it?
I hear the music. I hear the music.
You got work. You got work.
I know, I'm trying to get myself together.
Chill. Huh?
Huh? What about the grid?
All right.
What is it?
Son, you gotta make sure none of this. The baby. None of that. Okay? I'm trying to talk in code.
The children of the corn. We don't want them behind us.
Oh, okay.
No shots. So you gotta make sure.
I'm gonna go play with them.
There you
There you go. Keep them busy.
Islam more. Sorry for the lateness, but I was hungry. I was hungry and I was eating. I have some ideas and I have some thoughts, and I had a dream last night. Sharon had a dream, and in that dream, the ancestors were speaking to me, and because I want to continue getting the downloads and not interrupt it and get up every moment of the night and start writing stuff down, which is why I bought my notebook, which is why I bought it yesterday actually. I bought it actually right before. Everything. Yesterday was a very emotional time for me. So I had a dream last night. Y'all like the back shot? Y'all like us? We right behind the building, the beautiful capital of Philadelphia, Center City, Philadelphia. And I had a lot of epiphanies. I had a lot of thoughts, and I'm going to talk to you about them, and I'm going to ask that the ancestors let me go get the ancestors were telling me some things, revealing some things to me, and it's becoming clear, the picture, clearer than it has ever been. And when I said last week or earlier this week that some of us are going to be really having a great time, that is true. For those Moors that do their JOB and complete their Moorish American Consulate grid and stand on the mantra. What do I say when I say the mantra? You know that's Q. When I say, wait a minute, let's see if son can say the mantra. No, not yet, son. What was the curriculum? One of them was the curriculum of this week. This week's assignment for all Moors.
And at one point I had it down pat.
And let me tell you, you gotta say it just like how when our children go into those in those institutions that we think is higher learning, and they're not getting their erudite degrees, they're getting miseducation. We have to break the spells that are trying, that these individuals are putting in our children, not only through the institutions that they go to, but also through the music as well as the entertainment in regards to television. So I love the background too. It's beautiful. I was like, oh, this is perfect. And I like the little yellow in there. It's just, anyway. So the spells, we have to break the spells. We absolutely have to break the spells. Some of those spells are the so-called pledge of allegiance. When they're pledging their allegiance in these institutions of higher stupidity, I say, because you're not learning and you're not gaining true erudite knowledge. And that's how to function appropriately in any society that you happen to be a part of. What am I saying when I say that? Those pages look cut off. Those pages look cut off. Okay, Islam. So my charge for this week and the information that was downloaded to me is every Moorish son, daughter, heir, heiress, all need to learn, need to know, not learn, know the Moorish American Affirmation of Nationality. I'm gonna call it the Moorish American Affirmation of Nationality. And when you go, and when our children go into these institutions, because we are in the process, Sharon, Tracey, Gale, Juris, have discussed this in the past day or two in regards to, first, this is notice of intent to lien, as well as the lien is on its way, and it'll be processed and completed by the end of the day. On the United States Department of Education in the United States Department of Health and Welfare. Why these two corporations claiming to be a government they do not have the authority to claim? And Moors, just because you've been miseducated and you did not get your erudite lessons in how societies, governments, nations are truly run, don't get upset about it. Don't get in your feelings about it. Just change that miseducation that you have and get your erudite lessons. Because our institutions and the institution formally, because this is notice of intent to lien, called the United States Department of Education, will now forever be known until the sovereigns change it as the Moorish Erudite Ministry. The Moorish Erudite Ministry, or just Moorish Erudite Ministry. Moorish Erudite Ministry. Okay? That is what's going to take place lawfully as a national institution for higher degrees of knowledge. Because the United States Department of Education, I wrote this stuff down and I do not have it. Yes, I think no, I don't. I wrote it down. I wrote it down when I was doing the research.
Sharon.
Yes. Those are what you have? They all look like that? Go deeper down. You might have some good ones. Go deeper down. What? What you want me to say? I love you. We'll use those for emergencies. We don't got emergency. Use a good one. That was at home? The home computer did that?
Making copies of the copy.
Oh, so yeah, you gotta make copies of the regular document as opposed to copies, because they always distort it. So, the Moorish American, so it's Moorish Erudite Ministry. That is going to be the new title of the national department, which will be doing the erudite ministry for giving our children the knowledge and degrees that they were supposed to have, and that these institutions were originally supposed to be giving our children. Know that they had that responsibility to be doing that. And actually, I was reading on Wikipedia, as well as when I was doing my information and my studies on the corporate United States Department of Education, when I was doing that research, they said, I quote, if I had my phone, I would go to it and tell you, read the mission and the about page on the United States Department of Education, because that actual corporation states that their charge and their mission is to educate the youth to be able to perform in society. Have they produced that? Have they produced that? No. What are some of the ways that they've been lying as to what they've actually been doing in addition to the Department of Health and Welfare? Now, the Department of Health and Welfare, as well as the Department of Education, those two corporate companies have been unlawfully vaccinating children with poisons. Those are why they're getting leaned. Miseducating our children with an educational system that is contradictory to a formalized structural society. And that's why our children cannot compete in industry, because they have been so grossly uneducated and miseducated that they don't even know the landmass they stand on. They don't even know what a true government is. They don't even know the purpose and the process and the mission. Every corporation that's doing business at Morocco, Northwest Maxim, Northwest Africa, has the responsibility to do the things that they've confessed to doing. When you say you are when you say, what is the name again, Empress? What name? Name of what? Oh, Moorish Erudite Ministry. Moorish Erudite Ministry. The United States Department of Education Corporation will now be known as the national, because it will be nationalized through the lien process, as the Moorish Erudite Ministry. All children that domicile at Northwestern Maxim will get erudite lessons on how to live functionally in society and in government and in nation. They'll know exactly what place and what role. Erudite. Erudite is E-R-U-D-I-T-E. 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 And then we'll have the Moorish Healing Ministry will take the place of the United States Department of Education, Department of Health and Welfare, because these two corporations, based on their website and based on the things that they have confessed on paper as to what their responsibilities are, because you are held for what you say, you are held by what you say, which is why you don't ever say you are Negro, colored, and black, and you never say that this is your government, and you never call them an officer, and you never refer to them as a judge, and they absolutely are not a court, because you are, as well as never can be white, never can be American, because these are defining things. So when you call someone a thing, they are absolutely that thing. Yes, erudite. That is correct. Erudite. Oh, so the second one is wrong. The first one is right. So it's E-R-U-D-I-T-E. E-R-U-D-I-T-E. And if any of you watched the movie Divergent and you saw the houses and how they had people separated out and had the diversions where individuals who could be a multitude and who could transmute and be, what were the four? I can't remember the four different classifications of the people, but I remember they had the erudites, they had candor, they had divergence, and then they had two other classifications. I can't remember who they were. So that was your first actual introduction to erudite lessons. The erudite is one knowledgeable with true knowledge, not miseducation. That's why you call it erudite, and that's why erudite is in the ministry, in the name or the title of that infrastructure that will be charged with giving your children actual degrees of knowledge, because this is about not believing in anything, but knowing through your erudite lessons what really is, who people are, and how we are supposed to be functioning in any and all societies, governments, and nations. Islam. So the United States Department of Education, the United States Department of Health and Welfare, your liens will be done and processed and uploaded on the website probably by the end of the day, because Fatima's going to print them out, sign them, and send them to me, because I ain't got no money. So that's how we're going to satisfy that. Islam. What else? So that was part of my dream, because when they go into these institutions, what do they say? And this is the fraud, this is the genocide, cultural, national, and identity. Now, there's things that's pushing me to do certain things and reroute, because let me tell you, the past 4 days, I was in Vineland, I got a lot of work done. All those individuals who claim to be in Vineland, because Vineland don't really exist, it only exists on paper, they got their feelings hurt this weekend, just the past 4 weeks. The city of Vineland, the entire 600 staff of the corporation styled as the city of Vineland has been liened by this government for all of their breaches, as well as exit, what was it?
Realty.
Exit Realty. It was Exit something else. It was Exit Realty. Exit Homestead Realty Professionals. Exit Homestead Realty Professionals. And Moors, you also have to start leaning these realtor companies. I don't want to go there yet, so let's bookmark that, and I'll reroute to that in a second. I want to stay where I'm at with our children. Sharon, with the completion of the grid, because the grid is almost 100% done, from start of declaring and proclaiming your nationality to the end of living allodial off your estate with no hypothecators, no third-party interlopers, as yourself. Only people that need to be taken care of are people who are the property of others. Somebody posted to me in a private message, Galatians 4:4. So please, somebody on this platform, look up Galatians 4:4 and post it in the feed. Galatians 4:4. Now, we do know that the Bible has been completely hypothecated by the patriarchy. So wherever they say son, they mean mother. Wherever they say son, they mean mother. I repeat, wherever they say son or father, they're talking about mom and mother. Islam. So when you read Galatians 4:4, it's going to express some things that, and if somebody posts it, I will read it on this platform. Islam. I had a dream last night. That dream was so powerful. I don't even recall majority of them. So I'm asking the ancestors to really give me back that information so I can give this to you, because it was told to give this to you. The mantra, the Moorish American Affirmation of Nationality, the Moorish American Affirmation of Nationality and Status, the Moorish American Affirmation of Nationality and Status. Why is that important? Because your babies need to know the mantra as well. Mothers, this is going to be a project for you as well as sons. Y'all are required, y'all are commanded by Sharon, Tracey, Gale, as well as the ancestors who speak through all of us, and will tell you what to do and what not to do. They will express to you. As well as, side note, please share this video so everybody could be watching live that wish to watch it but just forgot Sharon does lives on Sunday. Islam? The mantra. The babies have to know the mantra. When they go into these facilities of education and not erudite lessons, they're getting spelled. This is why we've grown up in the condition that we've grown up with, because those individuals who were custodians at one point lied to you, lied to our parents, and told them a lie. And they've been pushing and getting you to believe a lie and not gain. And because you've been left at a deficit, you don't know how to fix your own problem or situations or whatever may come about. The mantra is this, and we're going to say it and replace I am. And when you're doing it in a group, watch it. And when you're doing it in a group, you're going to not say your individual appellations. You're just going to say Moorish American National. And you're going to, once you learn it and able to recite it without reading it or read it, I command you to do a Facebook Live or a YouTube and send it to the world who we are. So it's going to be like this. I am a Moorish American National. In propria persona, su juris, in proprio solo, in proprio heredes, at all times and at all points in time. I am, we are the descendants of the great pharaohs of Kemet and the Moabites and the Canaanites. We are the law. We are the government. And we command you state your name and your nationality without further comments. You do not have no jurisdiction over any and all Moorish American nationals. And we command you set us free, return our property, and cease and desist all actions, as this is your notice of intent to lien your corporate activity if you do not do as commanded and set us free. Notice the agent is notice the principal. Notice the principal is notice the agent. No United States citizen. No United States citizen. Because a United States citizen is a corporation and don't even damn exist. No United States citizen has jurisdiction. No United States citizen has jurisdiction over any Moorish American nationals here at Northwestern Metro, North America. And this ties me in. That was just one part, Negam. Do the whole thing. Just copy it and paste it. Don't write it out. Just copy it and paste it. Like, just hold it, copy it, paste it. All right. Give me a second. Galatians 4:4. Yep, Galatians 4:4. Read it. Study it. The mantra is important for you all to know, not to memorize, to know. So if you just start talking blah, 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 you don't even have to think. Like, go into your recesses, to the left, to the right, and think of what to say. You'll automatically know it. Because what is the so-called pledge? The so-called pledge, I quote, the so-called pledge, they would like your children to know these things, because in those institutions of education, not erudite lessons, they are miseducating your children. Hence the reasons why the United States Department of Education, the United States Department of Health and Welfare is being leaned for not only miseducating our children, which giving them no true knowledge, but also the vaccinations, the bad food, all of those nutritional things that they are supposed to be doing, and they're absolutely not doing. Because these institutions will now be known as Moorish Erudite Ministry, as well as Moorish Healing Ministry. And those institutions will now, under the direction and the authority of the government, the Moorish National Public Federal Government, will feed our children nutritional vegan food, nutritional vegan or halal food. They will be giving erudite lessons. They will be healing them with natural herbal remedies and no acidic poisons that they currently are doing. No more vaccinations of any kind, because babies, you were born perfect. Nothing is wrong with you. So they are not supposed to be shooting your babies up. In Asiatics, you are not supposed to be allowing that to happen. Why are you doing that? Because you're ignorant. You're ignorant to the fact that you will sit here and say that you love your grandchildren, say that you love your babies, say that you love them, but give them poison because you are scared to stand up to them. Well, if that is the reality, you need to just stop trying to be a custodian or even a parent. Because Sharon, your children are mine are yours, and you are going to do right by them. You are going to do right by them no matter what fears you have. You're going to do right by the children. The ancestors, the sun, the moon, the stars are protecting our babies. Because trust me, you can't become this and not knowledgeable, even though you've had all of that years of medicine that has been dumbing your instincts down. So that's how you can sit here and watch somebody die and have no physical connection to that experience, because of the foods that you're eating, because of the programming that you're receiving, and that is going to cease and desist. That's going to cease and desist. Islam.
What time you shoot?
So, how you doing, baby? So no, this is coming.
How you doing?
So all you schools, colleges, kindergartens, you are being put on notice, and Moors start leaning now. Every public school within the corporate jurisdictions that you domicile near, start to lean them. I've leaned a few. One of those was the Penwood High School, and the other one was the Chester Community Charter School. Because even though a majority of the educational facilities that are in our neighborhoods, they're run by our very own people who are miseducating them, giving them nothing to prepare them to to prepare them to succeed in this environment, which is why majority of our children don't have a job, can't get a job, and are ill placed, right? So majority of our sons go that way. No, that way.
Let him climb over.
Thank you, Tiger.
Where you going?
Where'd it go? It's recognizances. I should have got 2 drinks. All right, what else am I saying? So all the schools have to be lean so they can stop vaccinating the children, because vaccinations are poisons. They're poisons, but because those bodies are so godlike, because they are Asiatic, they shouldn't have to handle poison. You just should not be giving your children poison. You should not be giving your grandchildren poison. You should not be giving yourselves poison. You should be gaining knowledge of self and doing the right thing. Period. Period. There's no excuse today. There's so much information. If you would just get out of the false matrix and come back home. If you would get out of the false matrix and come back home, you would be fine. Because Sharon had a dream, and that dream was, we need to teach the children the Moorish American Affirmation of Nationality. We need to lean the educational systems that have been miseducating our children and leaving them defenseless to defend themselves through their corporate businesses, styled as so-called courts, as well as everything else being done here at Northwest Mexico. I'm at the Capitol. I'm foreclosing on a lot of buildings soon. It's funny. I went to my domicile and there was a bunch of vehicles on my block. There was a bunch of vehicles on my blocks, and there was one mercenary vehicle on my block. That whole block is Yesharon, Moabite, Sovereign Moorish Estate, because I've repossessed the whole entire block. And the reasons why I did that was because one neighbor called the mercenaries on the individuals that were going to my domicile in order to do some repairs on it.
What?
And we went down there to handle that situation. But because she called the human traffickers, the mercenaries, these individuals that have no authority or jurisdiction here at Northwest Mexico, I leaned her. But because we have a lot of Moors that have been displaced because of fake foreclosures and evictions, we have many, many Moors that have home domicile issues right now, and I need those buildings clear. So Moors have a place to stay until they claim, until they repossess the buildings that they want. So that whole entire block, it has already been foreclosed on. The one last step, you've already had your rid of possession done weeks ago. You've already received your notice of non-response, and the next is the writ of executions, which will go out this week. Don't wait for me. Don't wait for anybody. And this is the job that you have. Yes, this is the job that you mercenaries have. Clear your people out of those buildings. Clear your people out of those buildings. We're coming in peace, truth, freedom, justice, and love. But you've been squatting on our land long enough. For those who haven't received a notification yet, it's coming. So don't wait for it to be there before you start moving and navigating to where you originally were supposed to be. But let's keep this in mind. The Moroccan Empire gave 25 million. The Moroccan government gave $25 million to build the commerce. Not for you to bring your whole entire lineage family here in Northwest Mexico and squat on our land. You owe us that with compounded interest, as well as for all of the fraud that you have been placing here. Definitely honors to our prophet, because without our prophet, we wouldn't even know, we would still be thinking that we Negro, colored, and black. Without Taj Tariq Bey, as well as the countless number of other Moorish American nationals who've been assisting in the uplifting of fallen humanity. Islam? So yeah, it was funny because we're in love, we're in truth. But right now, Albions, you don't have a place. When we send notifications, just move your people. Your responsibility and the only authority is to move your people out of those buildings. Move your people out of those buildings and to do what we command. You are here to do what we command. You started, you're going to finish by doing what we command. And you don't have a choice in that. Just like how we commanded you to be a government, you were a government. We command you to be who you are today. We command you to step outside and get out the way while we do what we are here to do, which is build us up, build our nation up. And you have every right to be here under love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, as long as you align appropriately. That's by getting subject status. If you don't know your nationality, if you don't know where you come from, you are a Moorish subject ipso juris, already automatic. So if you don't know who you are, and you can't trace your lineage and your bloodline, you are a Moorish subject ipso juris. And we have the processes for you to complete that process of subject status. But be in honor, because when we send our lawful notices, don't gang war with us, because we coming in peace, love, truth, freedom, and justice. We want what's ours. Your fraud and your miseducation of us didn't do the damage that you wanted it to do by keeping us completely and utterly under your rule, because we don't know what government is, we don't know what society is, we don't know what nationality is. Those days is over. They're gone. Just get off my block. Just get off the block. You got time, because you're gonna have 30 days. You're gonna have 30 days from the receipt of the writ of execution. 30 days when you receive it. That's if I send it through email. That's if I post it on, once I post it on the Moorish American Consulate website. Once I post it on the Moorish American Consulate website, you got 30 days. So check that website daily for your commands. Oh, the baby's crying. Whose baby is that? Oh, why the baby crying? Anyway, Islam. We are required to give due process to all. We are required to put a claim in. All unrebutted affidavits stand as law. All unrebutted affidavits stand as law. If you cannot prove you have a rightful claim to land or to assets, by the very definition, you have to vacate, because you can't prove. A deed of interest, a deed cannot be issued by a corporation that doesn't have sovereignty or status or authority to do so. So deeds will not prove ownership. And if y'all start doing, once y'all start doing the actual repossession of the property, and you start looking at these deeds, and you start seeing the fraud going on, and you start seeing how they move so-called assets, and how they don't give any consideration but one so-called Federal Reserve note, not even a dollar, not even a lawful dollar, to transfer these properties, and how they're kicking you out of your lawful land once you give lawful notification in your sovereignty, kicking you off of land, foreclosing on you, evicting you when you've done your due diligence. So we have many Moors that need domiciles. That's why you should not be just claiming one. Claim 20. Claim 20, so if somebody contacts you and says, I need a place to stay, we have places to give them. But keep in mind, the government as a whole is satisfying this process, because the American dollar is on the land, and the American dollar is on the land, and it is your Moorish National Republic federal government that is producing and processing and authorizing that. That's tier 7 and 8. It's on its way. It's here. You are already free. You just have to do the demonstration. You are already free. You just have to do the demonstration. And tier 1 of the Moorish American Consulate grid is a minimum tier 1, because you're going to need your nationality identification cards. You're going to need your Moorish American Consulate record number. You're going to need okay, y'all have to look at the website. IZEAL has been doing a fantastic, fabulous job in updating the website. So you don't have to email Sharon, call Sharon, text Sharon for any templates. They're all there. Just get familiar with it. Just like how you spend hours on Facebook, spend hours on that website to learn how to navigate that website. Because on that website is your salvation. Because on that website is where your freedom lies. In you completing that grid and being yourself. And being no one else. Those who do not declare and proclaim their nationality, those who wish to remain outside of themselves and don't partake in the building of their infrastructure, their government. Do you not deserve colonialism? Do you not deserve to be property of someone else if you don't want to be yourself? That's a question that all must answer for themselves. It's not me to tell you that. Okay? I love the building behind me. It's so cute. Anyway, I have more epiphanies. The ancestors want me to do a lot of assisting for Albions. They're calling me to do this. They've been calling me to do this for a while, and I'm focused on you, Moors. My 100% one primary focus is on my babies, your babies. My babies is your babies. Your babies is my babies. Our babies are all one. Babies all over the place. They so cute. They playing in the waterfalls, all the babies. I thought it was a little too cold to play in the waterfalls today, but you know, they don't care. They be like, look, Mom, let me go, let me run. So all these little babies up here, they look, one little baby, they love it. They love the water. I love the water. Man, look. Anyway, what was I talking about? What was I talking about? I had a dream. Yes, the helping of more of the Albions. I'm looking for Albions to assist in this process, okay? So I need to have at least 5 of y'all come out and say, Sharon, I want to help. Sharon, we want to do subject status paperwork, and we want to help you build that subject process. I don't want to focus on that 100%. I need that assistance, because uplifting fallen humanity is all humanity. It's all. I want assistance. I want Albions who the prophet said, the Albion is assistant, or he said Europeans in his actual words are helping. Why aren't you? I need those Albions that are helping to contact Sharon, Tracey, Gale Bay, or anybody else on the Moorish American Consulate judiciary team so we can assist you. We have the remedy, we have the process, but we need support from you and not in covert operations. Okay? We need you to say, Sharon, look, you've been banging on me. I ain't even been banging on you. Just know that. I'm not banging on you. You're banging on yourself by being in dishonor and breach. You're banging on yourself. So when I say bang that ass to the bones bleed, that's because you ain't listening to the commands Mother gives you. Because when we talk about Mother, there's a lot. Mother is the mother of all. So she's the mother of the earth. She's the mother of everything that dwells on it. But some of those things did not come out of her Stargate, but they're hers nonetheless. And that's how she can command you, and you have to absolutely do what she says. Don't gang war with me, Albions, because I am not warring with you. I am at peace. I have fire energy. So I'm not going to bring it like, yes, I need you to do this. I need you to go to the corner and just sit there right there. That's not Sharon. Sharon's got fire. It may seem offensive, but it's not. Arthur, you can call me. You don't have to talk to everybody else and create all this nonsense. And only Asiatics can be bays. Only Asiatics who come from Moorish Stargates, female Moorish Stargates mother can have bay titles. No body outside of that bloodline can ever have a title. So I'm never going to call you that, because there's a place for each and every one of us. And I'm not going to dishonor you or your mother by calling you outside of your nativity or that lack thereof nativity. And it's not ignorance, it's not hate, it's not warring, it's love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Because I don't want the ancestors, and I don't want the great God Allah to do away with you, because you refuse to be yourself, and you refuse to be honorable. I'm going to force you to be honorable. So Arthur, call me. Robin, call me. Jamal, call me. I ain't gonna say the other name. So we can get the subject status process running. And then you can be on platforms assisting your people and uplifting them. Because the Moors can handle Moorish stuff. We need you to handle yours. And we need that assistance. And your people need that love from themselves. So love your people enough to bring them out of darkness, out of fraud, into the light. I'm here to help all. Don't matter. I have thoughts about having lectures in a room full of Albion sons. I already see it in the future. I already know that's going to happen. I already see it. And I don't have a problem with it. Just as long as everybody be themselves, sons, Albion sons, stop warring against my people, our people, the Moroccan nation that brought you out of the darkness into the marvelous light, the nation that stopped you from dying, the nation that taught you how to read, to write, what to eat, how to heal. They taught our ancestors, taught you everything. They uplifted you. How dare you deny Moors the opportunity to uplift self and be a thorn in their butt? But at the same time, Moors, you got to stop spelling yourself and gain erudite lessons in what words truly mean, and don't ascribe calling your children kids, because that is a derogatory term. Or calling your empresses queens or princesses, that is a derogatory term. And just because you may feel bad about me correcting you, that's not going to stop me from doing it, because I want you to stop spelling me, at the very least. As well? I had a dream last night and it had some other stuff in it. They want me to focus more on children. As soon as we get this last phase and done, I'm going to go towards the children, because y'all have the grid. I bust my butt along with the judiciary team, with that Moorish American Consulate and the Moorish National Republic federal government, to get that to you. I was slaving in my thoughts, in my manifestations, to get the information so you could see it, so you could do what you needed to do, and you didn't have to go to other people to get assistance in doing this stuff, because it's not complicated. Your thought, your lack of knowledge is what's complicating it, because you've been educated, miseducated. The website is beautiful. Go there every day. Go there every hour, because your salvation is in that website. You don't have to rely on other, to mention the console page. The console page is getting upgraded. That's why it looks the way it does, because I want to make sure I have the information for all commissioned consuls with the Moorish American Consulate. Okay? Why? Because there's a lot of people out there claiming to be a consul of the Moorish American Consulate, and they are charging astronomical things, and this is why we have the consul commissioning process. We have the consul commissioning process for a particular reason, so people will not charge you allodial costs that are far offensive for you to be paying. Nationality identification card processing. Nationality identification card processing are 35 allodial for the nationality, and 50 allodial if you want nationality and travel cards. The processing of your nationality, because your nationality is what you were born with. Nobody can deprive you of it but self or your parents, because they don't know. The processing of it, because that is is 35 allodial. That is processing your MAC number, uploading it, and we're going to have a page. So those are only two. Plus, if once we get to processing the plates, that'll be a 30. Everything's gonna be like 35 notes, or less, or nothing. But because until we are living allodially, whereas though you can go to the grocery store, you can go purchase everything, or convey everything, convey all property allodially without giving any type of fiat. Until we get to that point, which we are right there. We're processing these things through the judiciary. This is just until then. After that, baby, we're gonna be on fleek mode. Already on fleek mode, because every time you turn around, like 100 people want to join the group. just know that the website is your beacon. Is your beacon if you are Moorish, your beacon if you're not a Moor, because the subject paperwork will be coming on that website soon, but there's a form that you have to fill out to start the process for you individuals who don't have nationality or don't know what your nationality are on this land mass. Okay? So stop gang warring with us. We're not gang warring with anybody. We are just aligning ourselves, getting back into our alignment, and just be a part of the process and be a part of the uplifting and healing of the nation. And don't be the poison and the cancer we have to get rid of. Be in harmony. Be in light. Don't be in negativity. Islam. Who's that? You can't see. What else? Who that? Okay. All right. There's other things I wanted to. There's other things I want to talk about, like, because a lot of our tribal members have been bleaching the darkness out of them. How have they been doing that? Not through a chemical or a face cream. Not that nonsense they talking about is happening over in Africa. None of that craziness. But a lot of our people, they have selective breeding going on. And they've had that going on for a bunch of generations. And that selective breeding is where a lot of fair-skinned Asiatics, or, you know, are breeding with like fair-skinned Asiatics. So the more you do that, you'll start looking like an Albion, okay? You'll start looking like an Albion, and this is why every Moor has to give a picture of their mother and their grandmother. And some of you might have to go great-grandmother. Some of you. And some people will have to do some type of test to find out where they are because they don't know. But like I said, until we can validate your status, you might be in the pending subject status. And if we validate your status, if you are an Albion, you're automatically getting moved to subject status. Automatic, and it's pending. Because we're not going to just give you anything until you align and pledge your, until you repatriate to the government, to the nation. So we're not going to just sit here and like automatically give you subject status. No, you have to sit here and file paperwork and do some stuff. So for Albions as well as Asiatics, go to the website, look on the website, and get in alignment. It ain't gotta be no nothing. It ain't gotta be no uncomfortable, tell a lie. It ain't gotta be that. Stop trying to. We ain't, like I said, there's gonna be nobody fighting you, but we're just going to do what we're commanding. And for you Albions, that's all love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. And you know who you are. And I see you, and energy follows and flows with you. Get your people in line. Get your people in line. Y'all organize. Y'all strategize. Get your people in line. That is your responsibility. Okay, on the website. Oh goodness, I could talk about this for like an hour. The website is beautiful. There's forms on the website to apply. To request a Moorish American Consulate record number if you've already declared or proclaimed your nationality and you have the documentation. There's a form on the website where you would upload your documents along with a photo, along with your along with other identifying information before, and that's going to come to us, and we're going to issue your Moorish American Consulate record number. So if you've already sent me an email in requesting it, go to the website. We're sending everybody to the website because it's easier to validate things. And then you'll have to give the information that we need so we can continue the process. And you won't sit here and be in the Felicia pile because we don't know what you just did or what you just said. Okay? That's one. Two, there's also a form for Albions that want subject status in terms of start that process. That's there. Three, there's a form that you have to fill out also if you are uploading your documents to be recorded on the websites. All of the maximum territories that are already covered are there. Okay, so that's just like I said, go to the website. So when you go there, it's going to ask you when you're uploading your documents to be recorded, they're going to be issued a MAC number through that process. What's going to happen is you're going to put your MAC number, you're going to put your Moorish appellation, you're going to put your phone number, you're going to upload a photo, you're going to upload the documents. They're going to be emailed to us, and then we're going to issue your stuff and email you back. So it should also ask you for your email address so we can reply back. Everything is being strategized, and let me tell you, this has been something I've been trying, I've been manifesting, I've been thinking for the past year to get up, and I've just been so focused with everything and all other things. But as we are getting to the freedom of moving our own estates allodially, because we're there. We're literally there. We're there. We're past the line. I just didn't want you to be all celebrating until you get your grid done, because you still got to get your grid done. All Moors got to get their grid done. And all nationality status corrections are going to be on the website for the public record, because we are the holders of our own records. We don't need to see our records when we give other people notifications of liens and different things like that, because we are the holders of our records, which is why you should always have your records, and which is why every lien that the Moorish Nationals have been placing on this service corporation should be uploaded on that damn website. So Albions, reach out. Albions, reach out. And let's build. Let's build under love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, because that's the only way we can build together. That's it. If you want to build with us, it's going to be on love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, and on nothing else. Islam? What else am I saying? I said a lot. What else am I saying?
That's the right to travel.
I said a lot. What else am I saying?
So I'm trying to keep this person one stone. How much you like to travel? Just need a license. That's what I'm trying to do.
Another thing that came to me is what I'm seeing. The negativity that's being perpetuated, because we have to admit that there are a lot of people who have fake platforms, fake Facebook profiles. They look Asiatic, but they're Albion. That's going on. I've already ousted like 5 or 6 people and have deleted them from the group because they were, and I'm not talking about the people you think I'm talking about. I'm talking about actual Albions. I'm talking about actual Albions. I don't like giving people life when they give negativity and blasphemy. I don't like giving them life. When I mention them, that's the last straw. After that, I'm done with you. I'm literally done. There's a lot of individuals that have Albion mothers who are the heads of a lot of Moorish institutions and organizations. And I already know that they've been planted there by their Albion mothers to hypothecate as well as to stifle the unity of brother and sister and sister. So this is why all have to produce documentations and validity as to who they are. Because you should not be in no Moorish organizations that's being run by an Albion. That's a contradiction of interest. No Albion should be teaching you, or not, I'm sorry, you should not be under any Albion. I'm just saying, this is the day where y'all got to do y'all's where y'all supposed to be, and we got to do ours where we're supposed to be. So, don't be scared. Just ask the question. And if there's no ill intent, they will receive it with open arms and be happy and glad you asked. Because that proves you really want to know, you really are under love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, and they should align appropriately and not feel slighted or feel like or get mad or disrespectful and negative about it. I'm gonna leave that there. But I'm gonna leave that there.
You think the bird is gonna come flying over here?
We got so much work to do. Look, every time I get on here, our lips start acting. I guess I'll be talking to you. Trying to tell me shut up. Cut it. Fatima said cut it. She was like, why the hell did she just say Fatima said cut it? Because she just said it. I'm being on love. Okay, anyway. So we covered those things. By next week, I want to see videos on social media with mothers and their children and their sons reciting the mantra, the Moorish American Affirmation of Nationality. The Moorish American Affirmation of Nationality. You got to go to the website, Matthew. It's going to tell you exactly what to do. You don't even have to ask me that question. Just go to the website because it's going to answer you it's going to tell you what it needs in order to upload your document. So you don't have to ask me that question. Go to the website. It's going to tell you where. So you don't have to ask that. Just go to the website and look up the website. Am I missing anything? The finance piece is on its way. I don't want to talk about it because that is reserved for Vizier Lightajiri Bay and Vizier Marcel Maddox Bay. And that's all I'm going to say on that. So stay tuned. Classes are held weekly and the class curriculum is on the website. The Erudite lessons is on the website. for the ones, and that's going to grow as people start really demonstrating in their territory, the territories they domicile near. And if you do have and if you, as an Albion, this is what you can do under love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. This is part of that part where Albions are helping. Help by getting out the way when we send our writs. Stop. Other things you can do is stop evicting Asiatics. Definitely those who declare and proclaim their Moorish bloodline. That's what you can do. You can stop warring with the only government that can give you safe haven. And Moors, you don't only dwell on this landmass. When they were talking about the American states, they were talking about the Moorish American estates. The Moorish American estates. They are all over. So Dominicans, you're Moors. But at the same time, it also depends on who your mother is. Because a lot of Dominicans who, just like a lot of Dominicans, a lot of Borincans, a lot of Jamaicans, all of these land masses, y'all all Moors, but y'all got to declare and proclaim your nationality, but you will know exactly what to declare by knowing who your mother is and starting to do that research. So start talking to your grandmothers, start talking to your mothers, and tell them where we come from. They will be happy that you've asked the question. And they are happy to see us come out of the darkness and to fix the karma they have steeped upon themselves by lying to you. Because the oaths they took were to educate you. They took these oaths by the words that they spoke, by the missions that they posted on their websites. And I'm going to get off this platform. I'm going to get off this platform now because I've been on here long enough. Per Fatima, she told me to. So I'm going, cut it. I'm going, cut it. I'm going, cut it. Islam, stay tuned for the next class, which will be Tuesday. Vineland. Tuesday Vineland. Or at least Sharon. But we have a class, what's today? We got a class on Tuesday for me. On Wednesday, down in Bronx, New York. I think it's Bronx, New York, or Brooklyn. Brooklyn, New York, with Darius, with Demetrius. Darius has classes, which are posted up there. Brandy has classes from upstate New York, which are posted up there. I know Tariq has classes as well down in Colorado, but I can't remember which day of the week he has them. So, but all that information will soon be on the website. But Moors, declare and proclaim the nationality, because 2020, they are baiting you to determine, to tell them who you are, and it's your responsibility to be yourself. But if you want to continue to get corporate cards because you don't want to do the study, well, you're gonna be who you're gonna be. I suggest you declare and proclaim your nationality. And everybody is commanded to know the mantra, teach it to their children. It could be an activity. You can post it on the walls. You can do, it's about the, post it on the walls, but I'm going to say the mantra. I am a Moorish American National. In propria persona, su juris, in proprio solo, in proprio heredes. At all times and at all points in time. I am the descendant of the great pharaohs of Kemet and the Moabites and the Canaanites. I am the law, I am the government. And I command you state your name and nationality for the record on the record without further comment. You do not have jurisdiction over me, and I command you set me free, return my property, cease and desist all actions against me. You do not have jurisdiction over me. I said that twice. Did I say that twice?
Just put the date on the green card.
This is notice of it. Did I say that twice? This is my notice of intent to leave you if you do not do as commanded and set me free. Notice agents, notice principal, notice principal, notice agent. No United States citizen, because that exists only on paper, because the United States Citizens is a corporation, has jurisdiction over any Moorish American national. If you do not know your nationality, you don't know what Stargate you come from, you are a Moorish subject ipso jure till you can prove otherwise. And we're going to move you where we need to move you as a government until you can validate your status and standing for the record, on the record, without further comment. Islam, Pax at Amor. Until next broadcast. Next broadcast, I'm going to do this one. For those who know the mantra and is ready to say it without stopping, straight through in reading,
read it so
I will
much.
put you on live. So I'll put at least the first 11 people on the next live, and you will state the mantra on Sharon's live broadcast. But you will be replacing Moorish American National with your appellation. So who's going to be ready for that? Next Sunday. I'm going to give you till Sunday. I'm going to give you 7 whole days to learn it. And everybody's going to start posting it. Islam? And I'm thinking of some things, but let me ponder on those in terms of nationality fact sheets, face sheets on the website, as opposed to all of your lawful documentation. I'm not sure. Y'all gotta let me know, because I like this to anyway. That might cause too much work for Sharon. So let me stop talking. Islam, packs out to more peace and love. Until next time, I self-law and master. I am the master of myself. And Islamism is the study of self. So to be I self-law and master is to know who you are and where you come from. Islam Moors, I love you. Until next time, take care of my babies and give them erudite lessons. And do those liens on the realtor companies as well as the school districts, whether private or public, in the corporate territories where you domicile near. Until next time, stay loved, stay united, and always stay in peace and honor. Islam nobility. Peace and love.